Good morning students, this is Soumya, your English teacher. Today's lesson is Unit 1 B reading. Every success story is also a story of great failures. This lesson is written by Shiv Khera. Shiv Khera is an Indian author of self-help books and an activist. He was born in a business family which used to have coal mines in Dhanbad, India. Later, after the nationalization of coal mines by the Indian government, he had to search for his living. Then, he started his work as a car washer, a life insurance agent and a franchise operator before he became a motivational speaker. He also has written several books including You Can Win. This is a small extract from his writings. Let us see the lesson. Every success story is also a story of great failures. Failure is the highway to success. Tom Watson Sr. said, if you want to succeed, double your failure rate. So, failure is the highway to success. What Tom Watson Sr. said is, if you want to succeed, you have to double your failure rate. That means how many failures you face, that much success you will achieve. If you study history, you will find that all stories of success are also stories of great failures. So when you refer to the successful people in the history, you can see their failures before their success. But people don't see the failures. Suppose if you see the hand and if you judge the complexion of a person, you can see that he is fair, but the original complexion will be seen on the other side. Similarly, people won't see the failures. They see only the success of those people, great people. They only see one side of the picture and they say that person got lucky. He must have been at the right place at the right time. So normally the people, when they see the successful people and talk about them, they don't talk about the problems and the failures they have faced, but they see only the success of that successful people. And what they say, he must be at the right place at the right time. So he got lucky and became successful today. Let me share someone's life history with you. This was a man who failed in business at the age of 21. So at the age of 21, a man failed in his business, was defeated in a legislative race at age 22. He competed in the elections in legislative race at the age of 22. Failed again in business at age 24. Second failure in business. Overcame the death of his sweetheart at age 26. At the age of 26, he overcame the death of his sweetheart. Had a nervous breakdown at 27. Nervous breakdown means mental health, a sudden failure of mental health. Lost a congressional race at age 24. Congressional race means to the central elections. He participated in the central elections. First he participated in the state level elections. He failed. Again he competed in the national level elections. Lost a senatorial race at age 45. So United States of America has a parliament named Congress which had two houses named House of Representatives and Senate. So this man even competed in that senatorial race. Failed in an effort to become vice president at age 47. Again he had a failure. Lost a senatorial race at age 49. Again for the second time he participated in the senatorial race. Again he failed. And finally was elected President of the United States at age 52. So he started his work at the age of 22 and finally he succeeded at the age of 52 years. For nearly 30 years he faced failures all through his life. This man was Abraham Lincoln. So who is that man failed that many number of times? He is Abraham Lincoln, the ex-president of United States. Would you call him a failure? Underline this sentence. He could have quit. After trying for once or twice, he could have quit. But to Lincoln, defeat was a detour. Detour means a long route taken if the normal way is not possible. So he thought defeat was a detour. It's a long way to reach the success, the destination of success, and not a dead end. It's not a dead end to stop there. Next, let us see one more person. In 1913, Lee D. Forst, the inventor of the triode tube, was charged by the district attorney for using fraudulent means to mislead the public into buying stocks of his company by claiming that he could transmit the human voice across the Atlantic. So, who is that? Lee D. Forst. He invented triode tube. So, to start any business, they need some amount, the capital. So, what the businessmen do is, they collect shares in the amount in the form of shares from the public. So, even Lee D. Forst, who invented this triode tube, collected amount from the public to expand his business. What did he say? He said that with the help of this triode tube, he could transmit the voice across the Atlantic. Across the Atlantic means from one continent to another continent, from almost America to Europe. So, he said that to the people and collected amount. But some people told that he is using wrong means. He is cheating people by saying that he can transmit voice. So, he was charged by the district attorney, a judge. He was publicly humiliated. Humiliated means ashamed, made us to feel ashamed. Can you imagine where we would be without his invention? Today, without this triode tube, we cannot get all these electronic gadgets, electronic appliances. He is also known as one of the fathers of electronics. A New York Times editorial on December 10, 1903 questioned the wisdom of the Wright brothers, who were trying to invent a machine heavier than air that would fly. 1 week later, at Kitty Hawk, the Wright brothers took their famous flight. So, Wright brothers, you might have known well, they invented aeroplane. So, what happened? In 1903, a famous news journal, New York Times, questioned the wisdom of Wright brothers. What did they say? They told that they are trying to invent a machine that is heavier than air and that would fly. Is it possible for anything to fly in the air which is heavier? No. But they told that they could make the thing fly. After 1 week when they were questioned, they tried and they proved that they can make that possible. After 1 week, they took their famous flight, the first flight at Kitty Hawk. Colonel Sanders, you might have known well, Colonel Sanders is the founder of KFC, the famous brand. At age 65, with a beat up car, beat up means damaged. Beat up means damaged, and a $100 check from Social Security realized he had to do something. At the age of 65 years, he couldn't work. He can't work. He became old. But when he received a $100 check from the Social Security means help from the government or insurance scheme for pensioners in US. So, after receiving that $100 check, he thought to do something. He remembered his mother's recipe and went out selling. He prepared the food prepared by his mother and went out selling door to door. How many doors did he have to knock on before he got his first order? Nobody will buy immediately after the first one, isn't it? It is estimated that he had knocked on more than 1,000 doors before he got his first order. Not 1, 10 or 100. He had knocked more than 1,000 blows to get his first startup. How many of us quit after 3 tries, 10 tries, 100 tries? And then we say we tried as hard as we could. Yes, even we too say after once, twice or thrice, we say it's not possible, we'll quit it. But he tried for almost 1,000 times. Now it is a famous brand of company. As a young cartoonist, so you might all know cartoons, you watch cartoons, isn't it? So as a young cartoonist, when he was very young, Walt Disney is a famous cartoonist, faced many rejections from newspapers editors. Even newspapers, you might watch the cartoons drawn by many famous people. So, some newspaper editors rejected Walt Disney, who said he had no talent. They all told that Walt Disney did not have any talent to draw cartoons. One day, a minister at a church hired him to draw some cartoons. So a minister from the church asked him to draw some cartoons for payment. Disney was working out of a small mouse infested shed near the church. Small mouse infested church. Infested means present in large numbers, not infected. It's infested. Infested means present in large numbers. So, Walt Disney started working to draw some cartoons on a small mouse infested shed near the church. After seeing a small mouse, he was inspired. That was the start of Mickey Mouse. So, then he started drawing the pictures of cartoons of Mickey Mouse. Successful people don't do great things. They do small things in a great way. Underline this sentence. Successful people don't do great things. They do small things in a great way. So they did not directly start the great things. They started with small things. Even Abraham Lincoln started participating in legislative state level and finally contested in the national level elections. Similarly, Colonel Sanders, first 1 or 2, later he became famous. So similarly like that, successful people don't do great things in the beginning itself. They start small things in a great way which become successful later. One day, a partially deaf 4-year-old kid came home with a note in his pocket from his teacher. Your Tommy is too stupid to learn. Get him out of the school. So, a partially deaf who is unable to listen totally, partially deaf, old kid, 4-year-old kid came home with a note in his pocket from his teacher. His teacher sent a note in his pocket. He doesn't know what is in that. So, he simply gave that letter to his mother. What is written in that letter? Your Tommy is the nickname of that boy. Your Tommy is too stupid to learn. Get him out of the school. He is a very stupid boy. He cannot learn anything. So take him away from school. His mother read the note and answered. So after reading the note, his mother determined that my Tommy is not stupid to learn. I will teach him myself. Underline this sentence. I will teach him myself. So his mother, after reading that, when Tommy asked his mother, she said, nothing is written. Your teacher has told that you are very intelligent. She can't teach you. So she asked you to keep at home and teach myself. So I will teach him myself. And that Tommy grew up to be the great Thomas Alva Edison, who is the inventor of electric bulb. Thomas Edison had only 3 months of formal schooling. So how many months did he go to school? Only 3 months he went to normal school. And he was partially deaf. He cannot hear clearly even. So without this electric bulb, imagine the world today. Can we live in this darkness? Yes. Henry Ford forgot to put the reverse gear in the first car he made. Even Henry Ford, the famous Ford company car, he is the founder of that car company. Henry Ford he forgot to put reverse gear in the first car he made. Without reverse gear, is it possible to turn a car? Is it possible to move? Do you consider these people failures? Will you call these people failures? They faced many failures, but even in spite of failures, they succeeded. They succeeded in spite of problems, not in the absence of them. They did not directly succeed. They succeeded after facing the problems. Without problems, they did not jump directly to the success. But to the outside world, it appears as though they just got lucky. But what the outside world will see? Only their success. They don't see the other side of them. How many problems they have faced. They think that they are lucky and they have invented or founded these things. All success stories are stories of great failures. So now after listening to this story of these people, you can understand that all success stories are stories of great failures. They failed greatly, not in a small way. They failed in a great way. The only difference is that every time they failed, they bounced back. So what is the difference between the successful people and the ordinary people? The difference is every time they failed, they bounced back. Bounce back means to come back again. When you hit a ball to the wall, it comes back. Similarly, these successful people, when they fail, after every failure, they did not sit silent. They tried again. They came to the first position again started from the beginning. Like that, how many times they failed, that many times they bounced back and they started working again and again to become successful. This is called failing forward. This is called failing forward rather than backward. So failing and moving forward. Failing and moving forward. A little bit achievement after each failure. Development is seen after each failure so that they reach success step by step. So you learn and move forward. Learn from your failure and keep moving. So what we have to do from the failures? We have to learn from the failures. What we have to learn? What mistake have we committed? How to overcome that mistake and how to avoid that mistake and learn and achieve success. So learn from your failure. Always learn from your failure and keep moving forward to achieve success. In 1914, one more incident from the life of Thomas Edison. In 1914, Thomas Edison at the age 67, so he was 67 years old. At the age of 67, lost his factory, which was worth a few $1 million on fire. What happened to his factory? It got burnt. So it worth a few $1 million. In those days, $1 million is a very huge amount. It had very little insurance. Insurance was also very less. No longer a young man, Edison watched his lifetime effort go up in smoke. He was not a young man. 67 years is not a young age. It's a very old age. So he couldn't do anything. Edison watched his lifetime effort. His factory was his lifetime effort. All these years he struggled, he faced failures, and finally he started this factory. It was burnt up and all his efforts go up in smoke. And what he said after seeing that, there is a great value in disaster. What Edison said? There is a great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burnt up. What all the mistakes we have done in this factory have burnt up. Thank God we can start anew. So what did he think? All my mistakes have burnt up. So I am going to start new. Again from the beginning I will start. Is it possible at the age of 67 to carry out all that again? In spite of the disaster, 3 weeks later he invented phonograph. So 3 weeks after all this disaster, that is burning up of his factory, After 3 weeks, he invented phonograph. What an attitude! So really it's a great attitude. The way of positive thinking of Thomas Alva Edison had led to many inventions which made our life possible. Thank you. Let us continue tomorrow.